of these. As is very in keeping with my personality, when I first started doing YouTube, and I enjoyed my first YouTubes so much, I was like, I'm going to do one of these every single week. And then of course, life has just been really busy and I have other things going out on my other channels, and it was just too much. So I've been meaning to pick up my camera for so long and haven't. I also actually have a video sat in the drafts from like ages ago, which I need to edit and get out there. I'm a real big culprit for feeling like if I film something ages ago, then no one's going to be interested in watching it a few weeks later. But then I'm like, what is the harm in putting it together? It's all just good like editing practice as well, which I desperately need more of. So it is a bit of a grey and miserable Sunday out there, which I've got to say I'm not that mad at, because I think we're due another heat wave this week. I'm also at that very annoying stage where all of my cosmetics products have started to run out at once and I need to do a restock. Always like the most boring £100 you ever spend, even though like I love skincare and stuff, like rebuying stuff that's just run out doesn't feel as exciting somehow as like buying new stuff. Yeah, that one's now gone as well. I might do a tour of my empties actually, because I have actually been loving my skincare at the moment. I feel like I've got myself a really good solid routine and I feel like my skin is responding really well to it. I remember when I used to have like heaps of disposable income, heaps, you know, which is more than I do now, which is pretty much none. I would go to this facialist in Melbourne and she said that the main thing that skin really likes above potency of ingredients and stuff, which is obviously all important as well, is consistency. She was like, your skin loves consistency, just you got to stick to one routine long enough for it to actually take effect, which is something I'm really bad at. So I have been sticking with this one and it's been going really well. I have to say, this Bioma Hydrating Milky Toner has blown me away. I'm actually going to go and have a look at some more Bioma products in Boots, because it's so well priced and most toners completely dry my skin out, but this has been so nice. So I'm actually going to go and have a look at some of that other products when I'm doing my restock. Although I love skincare, I find it quite like a bit of a minefield. Like I remember again when I was seeing my facialist in Melbourne, she was like, so many products that you see on the shelves of like places like, so in Australia, Mecca, which I guess our equivalent is like Space NK. She was like, so many of those products, you're just paying for the packaging and like the marketing and not actually the ingredients inside. But like, I feel like I don't know enough about the ingredients inside to know what I should be looking for. We've got a really lovely Sunday ahead of us actually. So it is the first week of the summer holidays. We've just completed it. And we are off to the Lazy Flea at Chiswick House, which will be so fun. I love a vintage and antique market. I mean, you know, what basic bee in her 30s doesn't? But apparently they have like music and food trucks. So I'm bringing the whole family and I'm meeting my friend Camilla there with her kids. So really excited for that. I have early bird tickets, so I'm hoping that we can get in before it gets too busy. But also the fact that it's not super sunny is making me hopeful that it's not going to be like completely overstimulating and heaving. We had a bit of a big day out yesterday as well to Legoland, which was amazing. So we're absolutely crackered at the end of it. And I'm always a bit wary about doing 2 days on the trot when they're so little. But my husband has said if we enter meltdown territory, he will just take them home and I will just follow them in an Uber so that I could still at least have a nice time at the market. What a good egg. Love this device, it's so good. I've seen such a difference in my jawline, but sometimes it hits me at the wrong angle and it makes my lip twitch, and that really freaks me out. So yeah, obviously this morning is going to be a lot of family time, which will be lovely. And then I think this afternoon is basically going to be spent with me trying to get myself on a good foot for the week ahead. Our cleaner is currently on holiday for a month. I am doing all of the big cleans while she is away. Yeah, so I think this afternoon is going to be spent doing a nice big house clean. I actually changed everyone's sheets a couple of days ago, so at least that's done, but I need to like hoover, mop the kitchen floor, all of that boring stuff that makes a big difference to like how I feel being at home in the house. I find when the house is messy, especially when I have both of the kids at home with me, I get really overstimulated and overwhelmed. So like keeping the house clean is really important. My own sanity, you know? Why is it that I can never come upstairs to get ready without one of my children screaming blue bloody murder downstairs? Insane to me, insane. So yeah, we'll be doing a nice big house clean this afternoon. I'd also like to try and get a little bit of editing done for the week ahead. Also, would quite like to try to sort out the garden. This is where like my over ambitiousness just bites me in the ass, because I know I can feel that that's already too many things on the to-do list for the afternoon, but like they all need to get done, so it's like, when are they getting literally eking out the last of this SPF. Always wear SPF 50 on my face every single day, even if it's grey and not sunny. Especially in the summer. I think living in Australia beat that into me, to be honest. Weather's throwing me off a bit. I'm not really sure what to wear. I've been finding the summer holidays actually a bit of a weird, lonely prospect this year, because I find basically my daughter goes to a nursery preschool, or did, like she's just graduated, because she'll be starting school in September, which is really, really emotional. So because the nursery is attached to the school, it obviously follows all of the school holidays, which has been great practice for us to get into the habit of like picking her up at 3, you know, having to like organise childcare for half terms and holidays. It's been a really, really good practice for when she does start school. So I've been grateful for it for that. But what it does mean is that like most of my friends have gone back to work, to be honest. I'm one of very few stay-at-home mums in my peer group. Or 2 stay-at-home mums that I do have in my friendship circle. Their kids are obviously in private nurseries that continue over the summer. So having both the kids at home, whilst lovely, has also felt a little lonely this week, because I've been like, you know, usually my daughter is at nursery Wednesdays, Thursdays and Fridays, which gives me a chance to like get on with some work or just go and do things one-on-one with my son. But yeah, like my mum was like to me like, oh God, darling, just join forces with all your mummy friends. And I was like, all of my mummy friends' kids are at nursery, mum. Yeah, and also the mums who have kids who are on summer holidays, their kids are older. A lot of my daughter's friends in her nursery class, like they are the youngest child of the family, whereas my daughter is the eldest. So like a lot of them are going to like summer camps and things like that. Whereas like, not that like I think there's anything wrong with putting her in a summer camp, but I just, because she's my first baby, I obviously just feel a bit like about it. Like, so yeah, I thought I would just ease myself back into YouTube after the bit of a break that I've taken by just spending a lovely little Sunday with you guys and kind of showing you how we try to reset for the week. I feel like a productive Sunday is all the more important in the summer holidays, because obviously come Monday it's just me on my own with the children. So yeah, I do want to try and kind of like start the week feeling like the house is calm and clean and organised, all the laundry is put away. Also like not sure what to do with my hair today, because my fringe has got so long. I was due to go for a fringe trim a few weeks ago, but my son was ill and I just completely forgot to go, which I feel terrible about. Like, ridiculous, look at that. But yeah, I've got another haircut booked in 2 weeks' time. But obviously this is not a survivable situation for the next 2 weeks. So I've actually ordered myself some hairdressing scissors that are due to come today, and I'm going to attempt to cut it myself tonight, so you guys can join me for that little inevitable disaster too. But like my rationale is that if I can learn to trim my own fringe, I will save myself a lot of time and money traipsing up to the hairdresser to go and get them to just like take a tiny bit off the end of my fringe. And then I also figured that if I completely mess it up, then in 2 weeks' time, my hairdresser can fix it for me anyway. And he's a genius, so I think he could probably salvage anything. When my hair's like this, I feel like I look like Des from Dig It, which is a very niche reference, or like any sort of like 90s boy band member that I had a crush on. If you have a fringe, this is your best friend. This and these. Because if you just wet your fringe down and then kind of comb it into place, I do have a fine tooth comb as well, which is very helpful, but that is downstairs. I can't be asked to go and get it. You can kind of like shape your fringe and let it dry to the shape that you want it to dry in. This is actually, Camilla taught me how to do this. She has the most incredible fringe. I used to be so scared of putting like any product on my hair, because I think I was like scarred from every time I went to the hairdressers in the 90s, and they would like, you'd be like, can you dry it curly? And then they'd like spritz it with gel and like crunch it up so you exited looking like a poodle. But yeah, last time I went to go and get my hair cut, my hairdresser, who's amazing, I go to the Hair Bros and they are incredible. Like, they're expensive. They are, in my opinion, worth it. He was like, curly hair is thirsty, your hair is very thirsty, get a leave-in conditioner. And I got this one, which is the Gizu Honey Milk Conditioner, and I love it. It's been amazing. It smells incredible as well. My God, I've actually just had such a hard time getting dressed. Like, I wanted to cry throughout that whole process. So I was just checking checking my Clue app, and yeah, I'm in my luteal, so that makes perfect sense. I go from feeling like a goddess to hating myself overnight. And I've woken up this morning and I'm like, ugh, which is just obviously ridiculous. Anyway, I've gone for loose floaty layers today because I'm not feeling myself, to be honest. This is the outfit of the day. I've just done this like very loose fitting shirt and skirt combo. I think I'm gonna wear my brogues. This is not an ideal setup, I do apologise. I had a meltdown and got changed. I feel a lot more comfy now. A lot more breezy, easy breezy. Oh dear. You know, okay, we'll bring this one. So should we leave princesses at home? Just pack in the kitchen sink. Hello, Tills. And my husband has unexpectedly taken both of the kids out. My son usually has a nap at this point of the day, but he fell asleep in the car, so he's probably not going to nap now. So my husband just took the kids out, took one for the team, took them out on the scooters. I think, casting my eyes around the mess that is this house, the best thing I could do to get the next week off on a good foot would be to do a big house reset. So that is what I'm going to embark on now while the kids are out, in the hope that I can get enough done that by the time they get back, I can start tackling the garden while they're playing outside. I need to cut the rosebush back. I also ordered a few things. We have this secondhand mud kitchen that one of our neighbours very kindly gave us. So I just ordered some of these like plastic jugs and also these little squeezy bottles. And I got also some glitter. And I figured my daughter and I could make rainbow glitter potions as like part activity, part like something she can play with in her mud kitchen this afternoon. So hopefully if I've got enough tidying done by that point of the afternoon, I can do that. But before I embark on the house clean, I wanted to show you what I got at the flea market. I would have liked to have mooched around and bought a little bit more, but I think I would have to go by myself in order to get what I wanted to get. The kids, the market and the kids were not a good combo, to be honest. They mainly went and played off in the playground with my husband, which was fine, but I also didn't want to be away from them for the whole time. So I think I'm going to go next month by myself. But I did manage to get a few cute little bits. I picked up this really super cute necklace for my holidays. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? It's got this little gold fish on the end. And then I also got this beautiful silk scarf, butter yellow and brown, my colours of the season. So nice. I figured it'd be really cute as like a headscarf on holiday. Or to like jazz up like my bag, or like, yeah, just really cute, useful to have. For my daughter, this absolutely gorgeous, look at that, little pinafore dress. Like, look at the back. Isn't that so stunning? And apparently, so this was made by the lady who owns the stall. Like, look at the buttons. And it's got like a pocket at the front. And it's made out of Sanderson fabric from the 1970s. And it's absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, just so stunning. So yeah, I absolutely love this. And then last but not least, I also picked myself up this gorgeous dress from a little vintage stall. I don't think you can really see it properly, but like, yeah, it's floor length, maxi. And it's like this lovely drapey fabric, and it's got this gorgeous tie back. And I thought it'd be actually like very versatile piece, because I would wear this in the daytime with sandals, in the evenings on holiday with like a nice pair of like strappy sandals and like some nice glasses and my hair up, big earrings. I thought would be really cute. My husband and I have actually booked a solo holiday to Greece in September, so I felt like this would be really good for that too. But yeah, also just like super nice and billowy and drapey for day-to-day mumming as well. Yeah, I was pretty pleased, but like there were so many other lovely bits and pieces. I kind of wish I'd had more time to like browse, but it is what it is. Caught up writing a Substack and doing a little bit of work to get me ahead for the week ahead, and now I'm far too shattered to even think about tackling the garden, so that is going to have to be tomorrow's job. Do you know what? The house is clean and tidy, I have a Substack published, and I have my post for tomorrow queued up in the drafts ready to post. That feels like a win, and now I'm going to go and do some arts and crafts with my daughter because she has been waiting so patiently while I've been finishing my work. We're going to make glitter water that she can use in her mud kitchen, so I'm going to go and do that. That's no problem. Oh, that's a cool blue. Right, doesn't it? We are having fish pie for dinner. I've actually just shoved a by Ruby fish pie that we had in the freezer into the oven because I fear it will be too hot later in the week to have fish pie. So I thought something we can all eat together, but I'm obviously doing my son, who is the fussiest child alive, some bread and butter to have on the side so that he doesn't go absolutely crazy. Sometimes find that a good way to get him into eating stuff that's a bit like adventurous for him, which is anything beyond plain pasta, is to have something safe on his plate that I know that he enjoys, and then also for us all to sit down and eat together. So even takes one mouthful of his fish pie, I'll be really, really happy. He's in a foul mood though, so we shall have to see. I'm going to put a banana on the side as well.
Do you remember when you were doing with the short pencil?
Oh my god, that was a bath time and a half. Geez Louise. Why is bath and bedtime always like the most feral point of the day? My hair is stressing me out so much. I literally can't even take myself seriously. Look at this. I need to go and attempt to cut my fringe soon. I probably should do that before I get too tired. Tiny bit of work to finish, so I might just try and have a cup of tea and do that, and then take myself upstairs, snip my fringe, and then I'm hoping I can get a bit of an early night tonight. Just trying to think if I want a sweet treat. I mean, yes, I do want a sweet treat, but I'm trying to think what it is that I might want and also what we might have. I think we have some Jaffa cakes in the cupboard. That's a very sorry state of affairs up there. I really need to restock our treat cupboard. I feel slightly bad about this because it does technically belong to my child, but I found this chocolate Rice Krispie cake in the fridge. And I'm going to eat it because my son hasn't touched it. It's got to be an Earl Grey in my favourite mug. That's not my favourite mug, this is my favourite mug. This is my favourite mug, but this is reserved for my morning coffee. It's a weird mug hierarchy going on here. To toot my own horn, but how cute are my PJs? I don't know if you can see, but they've got these tiny little hearts on. My sister actually bought these for us as like bridesmaids PJs, and I just think they're so cute. Okay, it is like 9 o'clock and I have just finished all the work that I need to do, which is good. I feel like I'm on like a fairly good foot for the week ahead, so that's great. And now I'm going to very ill-advisedly go and chop my fringe. I mean, I feel like what I'm thinking to myself is it can't get any worse than it currently is, right? Right? And I feel like I have a haircut booked in 2 weeks, so my hairdresser can fix it. Anyway, enough chat. I'm just going to do it because, yeah, I can't have another day like this where I feel like fucking an ex-member from Biker Grove. So, yeah, let's give it a go. I was literally just about to start, and then I was speaking to Camilla, and she was like, oh my god, like, how's the fringe cutting going? And I was like, I'm just about to go for it. And she was like, what tutorial are you using? And I was like, I was just gonna trim it. And she was like, for fuck's sake, find a tutorial. So I'm now gonna do that. She trims her own fringe all the time, and I thought she was just like going for it. I was just gonna like across the bottom. Okay. Always can't try. My fringe always looks like insane when it's first blow dried anyway, like even when it's freshly cut, like when I first blow dry it, I'm like, what in the cogsworth is this? So I mean, I don't know. I mean, oh, do you know what, like it's not as bad as it could be. I think I should just leave it alone now. I don't think I should touch it any further. Is it okay? Have I well and truly got away with that somehow? I'm kind of hoping that because my hair is so curly that like the curliness will hide the worst of it. Oh my god, I'm also so sweaty, which is not helping. Okay, I think it's okay. Okay, we're just gonna leave it now. We're not gonna touch it. We're not gonna touch it again until the morning. Okay, so I did have like a small little crash out in the bathroom, but actually I don't think it's that bad, and I have just clipped it in my styling clips, and I'm gonna just leave those in overnight, or I'll probably just end up pulling them out in the night if they're uncomfortable, or just before I go to sleep. But I'm just gonna let it like dry naturally. I think the lucky thing is I have quite like curly wavy hair, and I feel like it's very forgiving with like a bit of a wonky cut. I think if you have like very straight fine hair, obviously it's quite like difficult because like one little wonky strand of hair really stands out. But I do tend to find that like my fringe kind of just looks a bit all over the place anyway because I have such curly hair, and I actually really like wearing my fringe curly. So I think if worst comes to worst, I'll just wear my fringe curly for like the next 2 weeks while I wait for my hair appointment. And actually, if it's really terrifyingly bad, I can just call my hairdresser and be like, send help. But I think, you know, hair grows so quickly. Yeah, it is actually fine, I think. I think what this has solidified for me though is that unfortunately I kind of thought that this was going to be the answer to like my fringe maintenance, and that I was going to be able to like just like trim my own fringe in between haircuts and it would all be fine and dandy. But I actually think that is unfortunately not going to be the case. My hairdressers do like fringe trims, but they are £25 a pop, which is, you know, not the end of the world, but not nothing. And they're also like a bit of a schlep from my house, but I'm afraid I think maybe needs a must, unfortunately, because apparently I am not good at home haircuts. And frankly, I think I would pay 25 quid to not have the stressful, sweaty experience in the bathroom that I have just had. I'm gonna get myself into bed and I'm gonna watch Shrill and try and calm myself the fuck down. But yeah. Thank you guys for joining me. This was such a lovely Sunday. I don't feel like I got all of the prep done for the week that I wanted to get done. I wanted to like meal prep some food for the kids, and I wanted to sort the garden out, but I think I actually prioritised just doing some glitter painting with my daughter, which was so much fun. Really glad that I did that. Like, I think sometimes in like the admin and the stress of mum life, especially on the weekends, I kind of can neglect to connect with my children. I think also, especially because I'm with them all day every day in the week, like sometimes I use the weekends to just like get the stuff that I need to do done, which I think is a good thing, but equally I think sometimes like I need to take a beat and remember it's like it's still my weekend too, and my daughter was begging me to do glitter with her, and I was just like, what am I doing? Like, yeah, I'll come do glitter with you. So yeah, what a lovely Sunday that was, and I'm going to try and pick up my camera more and do a bit more YouTube filming. So yeah, if you did like this, please do like and subscribe, because yeah, it will give me more motivation to make more of these. And yeah, I will see you guys next time.